I want to begin by remembering the many lives lost to systemic racism. Black Lives Matter was founded in response to the rapid increase in the publicity of killing of black and brown men and women by law enforcement. This is not a radical increase in numbers, just increased publicity due to technology. Yet many white people continue to object to the simple reminder that Black Lives Matter. What could possibly be objectionable to such a claim? In fact, the president of the local FOP threatened those who were critical of law enforcement with targeted surveillance. Black Lives Matter is clearly felt by white people to be a personal attack. But why is this the case? The initial explanation might be self-interest. Whites are defending a system that advantages us. Certainly this is part of what is going on, but there are too many well-meaning liberal whites who are also opposed to Black Lives Matter, and their objections are not grounded explicitly in self-interest, and they seem to refuse to see the evidence. It is important to remember that racism is about systemic power. As Ta-Nehisi Coates puts it in his recent book, race is a child of racism. In other words, racial distinctions are born out of systemic power differences. The ongoing framework of our world is a system of whiteness. The origins of whiteness are found in Bacon's Rebellion. In 1676, Nathaniel Bacon assembled a multiracial, multi-class rebellion against the elite landholders in Virginia. After its defeat, the systemic response by the elite was to institute a racialized structuring of the world around the interests of whiteness. Bacon's rebellion marks the birth of whiteness as an identity. Shortly afterwards, the concept of white person was first found in legal records, and the legal rights of white people were established while the legal rights of black people were denied. What was created was whiteness as a kind of property. But whiteness is also a set of structures of the social world. Whiteness is the structure of our criminal justice system that criminalizes blackness. It is the structure of housing segregation that isolates black and brown folks. It is and white folks as well. It is the structure of the electoral process that disenfranchises black and brown voters. It is the structure of education that serves white interests, and so on. Simply put, being white means being at home in the world. As Peggy McIntosh has aptly described it, as like carrying a backpack of passports, checks, keys, coupons, passes that ease me through the day. The world of whiteness is my home because it is made for my interests and my needs. And because I'm comfortable in the world of whiteness, it fades into invisibility for me. My privilege is a shorthand way of describing how this world works to the advantage of whites. White privilege is a consequence of whiteness, though, not its cause. The usefulness of this concept is that it points out how white people participate in the system of racial oppression. This world of whiteness effectively defines people of color out of existence. But when their existence is reluctantly admitted by this white world, they are categorized as not fully human, or stigmatized as not capable of living up to white norms of behavior. People of color have been making this point for centuries, such as in this photo by Gordon Carter. So while we live in the same physical world, the same space, we occupy a different and distinct social world, structured by different sets of rules. Whites live in a world constructed by whiteness to serve our interests, and black and brown folks live in a world forged in opposition initially to the white world. Whites insist that Black Lives Matter is a problem because it challenges our reality, which is the reality of whiteness. Each of these books, and in many others, testifies to the fact that white people and people of color live in different worlds. Du Bois describes the experience of living behind a veil. Ellison describes in detail what it means to be invisible, and so on. So what does this mean for white people? What are we to do? To begin, I must acknowledge my whiteness and my complicity in this system. I am seen by others to be white, and this shapes my own sense of self. I'm enmeshed in a social world that racializes individuals, and I can't avoid that. My being white is unavoidable, but how I live my whiteness is up to me. One way of living my whiteness would be to put on blinders and relax in the comfort of being at home in the world. But clearly this is the crux of the problem. This would result in my being complicit, but my maintaining the white world through my everyday ways of thinking, talking, and acting. If I want to challenge the isolation of the white world and make it on a more just basis, how should I be white? Should I embrace blackness as Rachel Dolezal did and does? Does denying my whiteness help? No, this is a denial of the reality in which I live, a denial of how I feel at home in this world of whiteness. And I think it's also a failure of courage. As a white person, I need to challenge the world of whiteness and remake it. There are many examples of how to do this. John Brown chose violent means. Some choose education, as Tim Wise and Francie Kendall. Others organize for change, such as Carla Wallace and Braden, Tom Moffat. Whatever I do, I need to engage my own people, white people, in working together for change. We need to begin by simply making the world of whiteness visible. This is not easy since the world feels like a home to white folks. We might start with whites who think they live in a raceless place, for example, the East End. We often focus our efforts on the West End. I think we need to focus on the East End. And we need to bridge this gulf between worlds, which requires empathy, and the ability to see through the eyes of another, to walk in their shoes, to feel what they feel. Here I think art and literature are helpful, and empathy can make visible the world of whiteness to white folks. We need to confront the world of whiteness in all its manifestations. In every situation, I try to ask myself, what am I not seeing because I live in a world of whiteness? How has this situation been shaped by whiteness? How can I begin to change this world of whiteness? I need to always stay conscious about this. White people need to become skilled at seeing this world of whiteness that we inhabit. Because we exist in a world racialized by whiteness, we are constantly made numb to this systemic racial oppression. Thus, this effort needs to be constant and ongoing. Borrowing from Jay Smoot, it's like needing to shower every day. We need to get woke every day or we remain part of the ugly world of whiteness.